Hello, 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 everyone. Well, yep. Hi, I am still sick, but the show must continue because I can still say, in the words of Apollo Justice, I'm fine. Anyways, welcome back to our Ace Attorney Investigations. We are getting close to the end. There's only about 3 more streams left of this. Oh, it's cold. It's not that cold. Sit. Hold on. Blah. But I don't feel so cold. You know, I can also do this. It's Christmas! Yeah. Christmas hat. I really totally just keep rocking. There. We'll save the Christmas, the cozy Christmas stuff for December. I have that already. And that would be a perfect time for, talk about Christmas, So anyways, speaking of December events, I want to make a graphic for this eventually. But here are the important streams of December. So we got this Saturday, December 2nd. Nitro learns Genshin. You play Genshin Impact Tournament. Really what it is. That's really what the whole wheel is. Then we got December 5th, which is the finale of a certain investigation. And December 7th is the start of the Yoka, which is the horror game. And then I'm gonna go straight into them 2 as well. That will be that following Tuesday, which is I believe the 12th. Yes. So the 12th and 14th, if I didn't feel to on the 7th, I'll finish it on the 14th. I'll work on it on the 14th. And then December 19th to the 21st is talking about Christmas. And then I'm taking the week of Christmas off of streaming, just so I can mentally prepare myself for everything that will be coming. So after talking about Christmas, the next stream will be the 2nd. January will be January 2nd. And then January 9th through the 10th, 11th will be about replays events. And hopefully I'll still have that criminal origin between that time. That way I can finish them 2 by the time Apollo Justice comes up. Because if that is the case, then we start Apollo Justice the day after it releases, and it'd be so cool. And I can finally understand why Apollo's always telling everybody he's fine. Okay, I know he has a traumatic backstory, but do I know what that is? No, I'm avoiding spoilers. So if you spoil Apollo's Justice in this chat, that is you are never seeing me again. You are bad. Anyways, let's play about the game. March 15th, 12:07 a.m. Theatrum Naturalis lobby. Now we know who we got the Gatsby really was. And yet there remains so much to this case that needs to be resolved. Like how the weapons cross country lines, for example. Like who the murderer is. The 2 countries having incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. showed him a miracle. It's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in. Smuggled them in, huh? Well, we need to open a new line of investigation for just this aspect alone. But before we do, I would like to go through my evidence book. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Hold on. It's good. Okay. Hey, there's a piece of error, sir. Now we can see what's on the tape detector that gave us. A piece of evidence from the KG8 hidden from sight 10 long years ago. I just know that this is related to the current case. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play this tape for us. Sure thing, sir. Man, it's Manny Coachman. And he's holding a knife in his hand. This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building. An apartment building? How do you figure that out? Unlike you, I actually read the summaries of I actually read the summary file on the KG8 incident. And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment. So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building. At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of evidence, this footage existed. However, no one could find it. Yet, somehow, someone was able to steal it and hide it through Ernest Amani. I can see how this would have been a definitive piece and why someone would want to hide it. But if it's evidence of a 10-year-old, if it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case, that means the statute of limitations isn't over! Ha ha ha! As if you remember. Hold on, I have to blow my nose. Alright, thank you for holding your horses. But it's a piece of it. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir. Gumshoe, this is the fourth game you're in. Have you forgotten? You are a main character of an Ace Attorney game. Anything and everything is related to any and everything. Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. Ringleader even went so far as to use him as a sportsman to retrieve it, which means that in this video lies a very convenient bit of footage to the ringleader. Where? Yeah! Wait! What was that? Huh? The bit you played just now. Please show it to me again. This car. This is something we can't just overlook. Why is that, sir? Look here, Detective Gumshoe.
Take that!
This is the national flag of the Principality of Copelia. And because it's the national flag on it, we know this must be an official government car. But the question is, should we be asking ourselves is what was the question we should be asking ourselves is what was the government car doing there? Ah, Miss Von Abala. Thank you very much for continuing the investigation at this time of night. If I was a teeny bit more careful, this tragedy would never have happened. I am truly sorry. This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. You idiot, Guardian! You couldn't chase after a simple thief! You are very old, sir. Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on the hold for a while. Can you do that? Excuse me? I heard you have apprehended the thief that turned this emissary upside down. And we were in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. You can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors of me, so I hope that you can understand how I feel. But, Your Honor, I mean, sir! But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues. Why don't we leave the rest to the evaluation? Ambassador, we are so close. Just a little more and just fun come. I'm afraid I made up my mind. Without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyways, right? That's true. However, as I said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be a Valentian soil. In which case, we are nothing but foreigners in your land. Is this really where our investigation ends? Shifu! We found Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Shifu! This way! He's back! Yo! Or, yo! Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly. If I lay back and took a break, I'd lose my sense of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Lang, why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case no matter what. Yay. Well, I'm sorry to inform you. Odd. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be deceased, and so you don't trust us. Grr. Under those circumstances, I wish you could put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable. I'm afraid our investigation will really come to a close. Ambassador Abala, I get it now. I really do. Oh, I'm very glad you understand how I feel. No, not that. What I was talking about is I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder. Which one, Lane? Is it both or just the one? You know the killer? Do you really mean that to Agent Lang? Heh, well, don't lie. I don't know. Then who is it? It can't. It could be. Could be Ambassador Obama. Well, Let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Coachman's murder. I thought you were talking about both. That was all she. But she said she didn't kill anyone. And not gonna lie, I believe her. Like she said, the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. That is bullshit. Is linked to the truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this: who do you think the masked two killers was? The masked day killers? I'll tell you who. It was you, Francesca von Karma. Welcome to the club, Francesca. Let me just say, welcome to the accused of murder club. Welcome. You are now the. Okay. Godot actually murdered someone, so we can't. So welcome to the accused of murder club. But hey, wait, that's impossible. Yeah. Although that whip is actually quite. Now, hold your tongue in the ludicrous remark you were about to make. Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder? Yeah. He doesn't appear to be joking. Hey, sis, I remember that. I remember just before Ambassador Bella was about to give a speech, he called you into his office, right? Yes, he did. But what does that have to do with anything? Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Albalas and Valia, did you not? Objection! And where's your evidence that I'm the killer? I was just getting to that. Trust me. I'll show them to you in due time. Why am I getting right now? In order for me to bring that case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? If things are as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. Good. Then let's move out. Oh, and don't even think about running away today. My pack will keep an close eye on you. And you can bet your bottom dollar on it. As if I would have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I will accept nothing short of a perfect explanation. She seems rather upset, but I blame her. I mean, she just got inducted into the accused of murder club. So. In fact, everybody in this room except for Lang is in that club, and Ambassador. Everyone except for Lang and Ambassador Bala is in the club of been a suspect of a murder. Edgeworth is so cool that he's got suspected of murder twice. I expected you would accept no less. But we'll see how long you keep up that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that. Hold it. Agent Lang, as someone related to tonight's request, I request that you allow me to take part, and so that I may clean up my superior's mess. I guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's in the peanut gallery. Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabasta yet. You like Kaden? You gotta let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing while Miss Von Karma's in trouble. Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay? Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, fired up and raring to go. As detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over. Ha 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 ha! Sounds like this is gonna be real interesting. Ambassador Bala, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride. Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance. I'll have this hole cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go! Let's go! Okay, now let's first go over the facts one more time. Manny Coachman's body was found in the secretary's office in about... The weapon that took his life was the one of Alabasta's ornaments and knives. And then the body. Then the body of Damascus, Mr. Kashino. Oh, Kashino. I remember because it's supposed to be Casino. Like Kashino. What's on here? Now Ballast and Ambassador options. Though our investigations, we found that the murder weapon was this Primus statue, and that this is actually Ballyhouse statue. This case, no matter how I look at it, shit, if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off. Agent Lane, do you understand the full implications of what you're saying? Of course I do, sis. And I'm serious. You're on the trail of the smuggling ring and you wanted any evidence to be found. So while people were distracted by the Absgasser appearance, you snuck in. Okay, but what would murdering people have to do anything about that? That's when you two ran into each other. You and the other thief took advantage of the confusion from the fight. If all that was true, how do you explain the movements of the weapon? Don't worry, I plan to show you you're the culprit behind that too. You had permission to investigate both emissaries at will. Hey there! Look, I stopped. I really told you, I'm not even messing around. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring. Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling. She's right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling. However, the connection between this case and the ring could it not be deeper than what any of us can imagine? Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already. Francesca, you need to calm down. Okay? Take it from the president of the... Okay. The vice president of the Accused of Murder Club. I'm sorry, but Maya Fey is the president, because she has been suspected of murder 3 times. Because you only know the facts about the Alabasta side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it. What? But don't worry, I'm taking this seriously as well, and I will prove you're innocent. That's the only way to be prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well. Of course, and I will. Let us now dive into the truth behind the murder of Master Day 2. You do understand, don't you, Miles? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. Oh, I know! If you can't figure out how the murder of Master Day 2 is related to smuggling, then it will mean the end of our investigation. As long as I had no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, the best I can do is walk this thing pipe rope and see what I can do. Come on now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started. Yes, let's. Oh, we're starting right with the rebuttals. One of Elias Nice was using Abelia to murder Mr. Coach. And the murder weapon in the killing of Mass Day 2 is the Abelia's Premier's statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries in incredible security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crime was you. So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Francesca will remain a suspect. You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you just stop giving me a hard time? Nah, it's only just the beginning of giving you a hard time. But Mr. Prosecutor's still sick, so. Understand. In the circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? Especially something as big as the statue. I worked through every possibility. There's only one possibility. Your boss. Well, she's only my boss until we figure this shit out. So, Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you have lost all sight of yourself. What are you talking about? By focusing too intently on which is in front of us, we will become too blind to the truth. Don't tell me Ling Ji never said anything to this effect. You prosecutor! Who do you think you are, son? Talking about Ling Zi's proverbs like that. I don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you'll need to see the truth. I concur that this knife crossed the open country line. Good. That's not the only thing that did. We mustn't forget about the other weapon, the knife. That was the only one. The murder weapon in the killing of Mass Day 2 with Valia's permits. So you're saying that the permanent statue was also brought over by Francesca? Like I told you before, that's the only way that it makes sense. How exactly did she bring it over? I haven't figured that out yet. Agent of Interpools, everyone. That's a rather weak statement considering how sure you are. Maybe, but there's still one thing I do know for sure. Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate those countries' impenetrable security. Impenetrable. I hardly think so. You said the top of the wall. You've seen the top of the wall between the countries, right? Who in the world would cross over that? Yeah, not even I can climb over that thing with all that barbed wire. The only way to either ambassador is through the doors in the Utrum Naturalis. The only way for the knife and the remix statue to travel across the country is through those security camera equipped well-guarded doors. The only person to rescue country was you. Hold it! Was Francesca really the only person who had traveled between the two countries? guards at the both doors. She's the only one to go back and forth. Sus was there on the Alabasta side when the Atagassers showed up. And just before you guys found this person's body, she entered Valley. I think we can assume that's when she brought the knife to the Alabasta. How do you explain the permanent statue? I haven't quite figured that out yet. However, the fact is, the two weapons crossed the border. Proves that the killer must have also traveled across country lines. The only things across the border are the permanent statue and knife. I should hardly think those two are the only two. I hardly think those are the only two items they claim. Wait a second. The statues were swapped. Agent Lang, those two items are not the only two that crossed the border tonight. Oh. The mask tag too was killed with Valia's premier statue, yeah. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabasta, the permanent statue, go? To Valia. Precisely. And if the two statues really were switched, then that means both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the emissary. I guess so. But you know what? Doesn't matter the number of items. Only that this sis is the only one who could have done it. It's the only person who went back and forth between Alabasta and Valia is her. Well, I mean, before the fire, yes. Before the fires, yes. And before the death, yes. But, you know, I've been traveling back and forth. Steel Samurai! Or Larry, I guess I should say. Actually, there definitely was another person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall. Is that really so, Agent Lang? lousy trying to way to bluff your way out of this. Hey, I learned from a certain defense attorney. sorry, I wanted to make a Phoenix joke, so I did. I checked out what the guard said. Along the security camera footage, I'm not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily. But suppose there was some other way than through the cedar doors. What other way? The other entry had managed to cross the order unharmed. If I pointed out, that would open a whole new possibility. So I hesitate to bring this out. As long as this entity exists, the impossible roads become a possibility. Looks like you got some clever idea. I do, and I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence. Fine, then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show me the other routes. Object that! I believe this piece of evidence will show you how. What about it? You're gonna have to explain, because I don't see how the roads... But... I figured. Agent Lang, I'm sure you are familiar with this unforgettable photo. That supernatural photo. Like I said before, humans can't fly. Not with the help of science and magic and wires. No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. I have dealt with a case of flying people. And don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either. I wouldn't dream of claiming that, and I won't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly throughout the air without wings. So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. Ah! How can I prove who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka! Very well. You will have your explanation. Sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden. Could it perhaps be the wire?
Take that!
This is the face behind the shadow. I thought I said you better have a good explanation. I can't make heads or tails of what you're trying to say, is that? Wait a sec. That's how they got switched!
Take that!
Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the Primarch statue replica. You can't be serious. Yes, got her, or rather, Celestial you, dressed as Agent China, and was inside Balia. She dressed the replica statue in clothes and launched it through the air. Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation. I know I did. She launched it through the air. Ha! How exactly did she do that? He's literally burying his things at me. I don't have much things. I'm lying, not a wolf. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, did he say this earlier? He says, I remember that just before Ambassador Bala was on to give his speech, he called you into his office, right? Just before the murder, Francesca was called in here, right into this very room. So if that's the case, then maybe that's another venue I can pursue. Agent Lane, in order for me to answer that question, I'll need to hear testimony from Miss Von Karma. Oh, what are you up to now, pretty boy? I'm probably Mr. Prosecutor. Earlier, you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Bala called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer. Yeah, I guess you could say something like that. In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her what her side of the story is. Ha! Do you really think a criminal will tell us the honest truth? Yes. How dare you! As I said numerous times, there's absolutely no proof that I'm the killer! Else, Edgeworth! Don't tell me you suspect me too! I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time. Which is why I would like to hear your movements of this room. Francesca, I feel that I still don't have enough information. I can't have a perfect explanation. We can't give you your perfect explanation without your side of the story. Which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. For our perfect investigation, Francesca. Alright. So what would you like me to talk about? I'd like you to please testify to your movements in this room until the murder occurred. Alright, let's try your way for a change. But what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time. I'll place her under arrest faster than you can tell. No! As you wish. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Albalius and Embassy. After I saw the Steel Samurai on his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden room and checked out the security situation. After all preparations were made in place, I was called back by Ambassador Bala to his office. Francesca, I want us to make this very clear from the beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct? Yes, of course. I see. For now, the only way I can see us break out of this situation is to ask Francesca about her testimony in more detail. So, like every good lawyer, press until you figured it out, or you just want to laugh at everything. As I said earlier, it was the time to guard duty in Alabasta.
Hold it!
About your duty was to fact-find anything you could about the smuggling. Yes, that was my job. But upon hearing that the Yatsugassers had sent a calling card to the embassy, Ambassador Bala called upon us to protect the emissary instead. That incident took 2 years ago. Or have you forgotten what happened here back then? Anything related to that case we were involved in appears to be rather painful for her. It's not like I'm exactly one I can readily forget myself. Looks like you remember the case after all. Of course I do. I inspected every location, every possible escape route, and every aspect of the security detail. I did all that, and then after off on his way towards the ambassador's office.
Hold it.
So you were at the theater as well. Yes, and I suppose you were also there. And I suppose you were there, also there as well, watching that stage show. Well, yes, so Francesco was there. Well, after the show was over, I saw the Steel Samurai off. I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked out on the security system.
Hold it.
Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech? For security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew just how the Yatsugasri had planned on getting in, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. And in the end, the Yatsugasri didn't choose to appear in the Rose Garden. Even if that turned out to be nothing more than a shadow. Who would have thought that she would use a shadow? Yeah! Calm down, Francesca! She must still be nursing a grudge over the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself. Anyways, there was no one in the Rose Garden. We were aware that the speech was set to start soon thereafter. After the preparations were all in place, I was called back by Ambassador Abala to his office.
Hold it.
After that time, the Masquerade's body has yet to be found in this room. Is that correct? That's right. But Ambassador Abala was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence. The criminal will say anything to get out of being arrested. How do we know you're not lying? Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you. Seriously? Like I keep telling you. When I arrived at this office, Ambassador Abala was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants. Ah, I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office. Grrr! Yeah! Alright then. Add that statement to your testament, and let's hear some details. Ambassador Abala was in this room at the time, was he?
Hold it.
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Abala was watering his plants in the water still? What do you mean by that? The entrance to this room is on this side. However, the window is on the opposite side. What if you say it's true then? When you enter the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing. Is that not correct? I suppose it's a bit hard to see around him. Unfortunately for me, Ambassador Abala is not an unmovable wall. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me. With a watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he is watering his plants, right? I suppose. After his greeting, he spent a little time talking about his flowers. He had obtained them himself. And is growing them in the utmost care, you know? Yes, the plants in this room. They are all like my children. The passion flowers in the window box, the windowsills are growing beautifully too. All four of them in full bloom. Why is there only Francesca? Did you not remember earlier? Say her karma? What did you just say? I said the flowers are growing beautifully. What about that statement? Do you not understand? What do I not understand? I don't understand why a certain thing is the way it is. I'd like for you to append that to your testament. Very well. No time for pressing. Objection! Francesca? For some odd reason, your It does appear that way. Ha! I knew it. We knew we couldn't trust your words, sis. Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing discrediting Miss Karma like that? Yeah, sir! You keep this up, she'll get taken away, sir. Yeet! All I've done is state what I saw. I had not made a single mistake in my testimony. For this, I'm still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important at this construction, Miss Miles? At the very least, it is a contradiction in this economic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant. Ha! Let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove? I believe the answer to that will become very clear if we examine the flower. If we were to examine that flower pot. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy. They are my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth. I understand. I won't rest until I get to every suspicious nook and cranny. That patch of soil looks like it had something removed from it. Heh, what are you doing, Mr. Prosecutor? Why you calling him up all of a sudden? Still here waiting for an explanation, you know. Do you know, Agent Lane, flowers are best appreciated in silence. Looks like two things were pulled out of this flower box. The name of these flowers, I believe they are called passion flowers. By being called flowers, they're actually a species of botany. They appear to be growing well and well supported by these plant. Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, it looks like there's only two of them here to me. You realize, don't you? Your little lie has failed. Miles Edgeworth! Hurry up and shut this man up for me already. I suppose I will need to use some evidence to shut him up, won't I? This watering can has rather a robust design. Mr. Edgeworth, why are you telling us about stuff we can clearly see for ourselves? Plus, if you keep wasting time talking about that, Miss Von Karma's gonna get arrested! I better examine something else. Patch of soil looks like this. I must have evidence. I believe I have just the piece of evidence that you require. Oh, do you? You have such confidence in a faith in your current plight, but I highly doubt it. To the very last end, you howl like a wolf, Agent Lang. But we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bark after you see the evidence. Wait,
Take that!
Sheena, who was supposedly in Valius the entire time, had these hair sticks the importance of the case? Of course it is. It means that we have found yet another item that was smuggled between countries tonight. Yeah! So much you get it. Think about it logically, Ancient Lane. These sticks were originally in Alabama, but somehow they wound up in China's hands, who was in Habalia the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife the statue. Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound it up in Balia. How did these support sticks find their way to Balia and why? There must be some reason why they ended up there. Ah, so that's why. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape. Just another stick, isn't it? And so it is. The shape of the support stick is what's important. When they are used with something in the stream, that's all when it comes to focus. The object that completes the picture when used with support sticks is... statue? That's what this is what was used with the support sticks. Come again? Isn't it obvious? Someone used those with this. Those with this. Could you be any more vague? Why don't you try again? Yes, I suppose I should. Let me look at the hairs of the sticks again. The crossbow! They look like bolts. I'll try again. That's not the crossbow. Wait, you're not really suggesting. I am. These hair sticks, or rather, plant support sticks, or rather, pick for perfect arrows. Ha! I've done it. I found the common thread that connects the two offices. But this thread has yet to be untangled. You've been using arrows. How does this explain the statue's the word transported? Furthermore, who could have been fired sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all these things together. Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all. The Balia statue was stripped in the Afghani's clothes, then was shot over here. Even if you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go as far as the statue tied. I don't think I need to tell you that the primary statue is sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you? The primary statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't. Glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact. It's only crucial because you're under belief that wings are necessary to the equation. What? You need to free your mind a bit more and let it fly like a bird on the wind. And realize that you're in an Ace Attorney game and any and everything can happen. Anything can happen. The primary statues flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time, and I'll explain the mysterious phenomenon to you.
Hold it!
But that incredible scene just happened to be caught on film, resulting in this photo. Ha! What's the mulatto without even knowing her? Yes, I know what you mean. I've seen those sorts of photos many times before. Let's see. Let's see. Kennebec goodbyes. Now I'm just thinking, regardless of like if Edgeworth actually was a part of that case. So yeah, it would be turnabout. It would be turnabout goodbyes. Turnabout big top. Bridge to the turnabout, even though it was a drawing. It's just. But there have been times when those photos have turned out to be telling the truth. If you've ever stood in a court of law, you know that's entirely plausible. Ha! You really believe the stuff you're spewing? You really believe the stuff you're spewing right now? Hey, Agent Ling, just go, just go. Just let him tell you about what happens in turnabout. It's a turnabout. A courtroom certainly is a strange place. This way you say it's true. But there really is something odd about that photo, no matter how you look at it.
Hold it!
But we're in an arrangement that an arrow by itself can reach the other side, correct? Just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things that they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing. No, that's not necessarily true. What? What I mean right now. Not the further discussion of my conclusion, but it's the launching of my conclusion.
Hold it!
The thing crossed the 11 straight the answer. Well, come on then, show me what you got. But I warn you, I'll know when you're just bluffing. This is obviously going to be a long shot. By the way.
Take that!
Wait, what? Finally. We have reached this point of our discussion, where I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow. Heh, I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're saying that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Coachman's office. All the way from the 5th floor of the Alabama Emissary down to the 3rd floor of the Valid Cheese Emissary. If you're claiming it's really what happened, I You can see how Alabaster's permanent statue could be moved. Gravity could use move the statue down from the wire from the 5th to the 3rd floor. But then what about Valius's permanent statue? The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Valia. Going from the opposite way, gravity, the 3rd floor of the vanishing emissary, up to the 5th floor of the Alabaster emissary. How do you explain that? Ah, I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick works. Agent Lang, the motion used to hand this trick. I wonder perhaps you haven't yet to envision how it works in your head. Motion? What motion? The motion that was employed to smuggle. Swinging motion? The swinging motion was employed. Heh! You sure thought that one through, Mr. Prosecutor. Because if they used that, the statue would swing right into the building's wall. Did have a point. For shame, you should have signed yourself up for grade school physics. You should have signed yourself up for grade school physics, not realizing that. He's right. I'm disappointed. I'm ashamed. I did not take physics in high school. It's true though, I didn't. I'm a loss of words to that. Calm down and think this through one more time. There is only one feasible motion that could have been used to set the statue up. Bungee action? A bit of bungee action was employed. Bungee action? Are you saying that the wire acts as a bungee cord and it was smuggled and the statue was hauled up? That's a simple way of putting it, but yeah. Ha! You think about the weight of the statue at all? That thing is solid gold. Before that thing ever reached the office window, the wire would have snapped. Okay, let's consider your idea and say the wire has the elasticity it requires. If you fired that kind of wire from a crossbow, the arrow would come sailing back at the person who shot it. Talk about dangerous. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Physics as prosecutor. I never took physics in high school! Unfortunately for me, it appears that Agent Ling is correct. I need to calm down and think through this one more time. I believe this was done via rotary. If the two statues are transported simultaneously, get real, the statues would have collided somewhere along the way. Did I ever said that there was only one line of wire between the two offices? If you shot an arrow with the two ends of the wire tied to it, a circular belt could be formed. Shake said, don't object to call it success was beyond reasonability. Taking into account the attention between the two wires, the top one would sag too much to the point where the sections would collide anyway. Agent Lang, as you know, the Permec statues are a one-of-kind natural treasure. The fact that Valia statues is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Like she said. I can't believe Ling said that. Wow. Here's what I believe happened. Miss Yu and her mysterious ghost of Ponder set themselves up into different rooms. predators bridged the room by shooting the two ends of the wire down on one arrow. Then the two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire to the Valia where it was to be disposed of. To do that, Miss Yu hid it inside the grandfather clock. QDD. Ha! Ha 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 ha! Girl! This proves it, right, Agent Lang? That I'm not the killer. Not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding, as it were. Pudding is a nice dessert. Objection! Pudding is a snack. Okay, actually, it is a kind of nice dessert. So, do you think you can do it? Can you prove that what you said happened? Because remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir. I agree to that as long as there's no proof. My hypothesis remains just that. However, what I've laid out here is no hypothesis. There's no mere hypothesis. There's one more piece of evidence. One more. This should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into fact? Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of the weight of the wire. I believe it was right here in this very room. It would be the ceiling fan, right? Because you could...
Take that!
Ha! Looks like you dropped another bomb on us again. The last piece of this trick are two pulleys. Precisely. The ceiling fans double as the pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there's the one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for a perfect pulley setup for the wires to run on. Ah! Ooh! This must be it. This is how the smugglers pass by the impenetrable security. Ha! Ha 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 ha! Grr, you really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot who set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone who has foreknowledge. It was Kishino. Or Damastu. The existence of a ceiling fan are both in Alabaster Galaxy's offices, and that passion flower supports sticks to be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case. Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food. Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? Isn't he technically still in the room? Because this is Ambassador Mbala, right? If you can't say who is it, why don't you present something like you always do? A single point of the finger here in this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice to rush in. There is a piece of evidence that will point us to the mysterious mastermind it is. No, and this is where we show off the videotape. This is it. Where's my real dessert? How long do you intend to keep me from it? I'm sorry, but it takes time to make pudding, Ling! That piece of evidence isn't satisfying at all. stop being so picky with your food. Wait! No, I'm wrong! I'm a foolish fool who foolishly dropped the foolish who rushed foolishly in!
Take that.
And this is it. Okay, I thought I was being a nice foolishly. Okay, maybe I am being a foolish fool who foolishly rushed in. Wait,
Take that.
the smuggling ring could not have been possible without the use of this crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot across the Bible were plucked as it were from the flower box in this very room, as they were planted long ago as they were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had time to grow so big. That Miss Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited the room today. On top of all of this, the fact that the culprit knew that both offices had stealing tell us that the person had very detailed information on the emissary's layout. Thus, you may have already guessed, that person I'm accusing for the hatchet of this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Curious the Bala. Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I am certain of what I am saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor. What was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that? I understand that you need to doubt. I understand your need to doubt. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as this very odd. This one thing, huh? One single thing results to Ambassador Oliva sought to attain. If we were to examine the focus of the complex trick, I believe we would finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear if we examine this piece of evidence. would finally understand the reason that if the situation has been reversed. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real permanent statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who's better to ask that from the king than King Permix himself? I see. Master, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission. Right. This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's just because they look. Maybe it's because they look like alike he was picked to be the goodwill ambassador. I suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. It looks like a gap. Hey, you're right. Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret. Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from the gap with this gap with some instruction. What? Hurry up and open it, Miles. All right, here goes. Oh, it really did open up. Hey, what's this thing that fell out? I believe a more thorough examination is required. What the? This is... Hey! Is this what I think it is? It's a plate for making counterfeit bills. Somehow, it appears that we have long at last arrived to the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates, and the reason why the replicas were being smuggled into Alabasta to begin with. The Remic statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretary. The replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statues ideal objects in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from China, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into the masquerade too. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at the mask too, and in order to frame the Steel Samurai for the murder, he covered the samurai sword with blood. Well, Ambassador Abala, you're the leader of the smuggling ring. My country's a mess. And it's all because of you? You're the one who killed Damask too? Answer us! I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Coachman.
Not so fast.
Quit screwing around. I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt onto a dead man. There's the one thing I'm sure of, is that you're the ringleader. That you're the real ringleader at Akisabala. It's not good to speak with such a subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang. Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but. And this is the result of logic and investigation. Logic and investigation. Only seconds ago, you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma. I don't think we can give such a flip-floppy logic any weight, do you? I believed Von Karma from the beginning. I had my doubts about you, Abala, ever since you said, let's hold off on this investigation. Heh. This is where I butt in yell objection, right? It looks like you still don't get why I came back. Excuse me? You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. From the very beginning, my real target has been you. What? Agent Lang, I demand an explanation. Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you through all that. Then why did you? Okay, I guess I understand. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning. You did? I knew that this whole incident has been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupants of this room, Ambassador Bala, seems the most suspicious. But without the Ambassador's permission, we couldn't get another look around. Ah, so that's why you put this big show to accuse Francesca of the murder. Using Francesca as the bait, you were able to gain us entry in the investigation. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the Ambassador would have given the okay to poke around. That's what all this was about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening. I thank you. You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor. Somehow, we were able to find some proof by investigating this room. That you'd be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brain of luck. Heh, the evidence detectives collected combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's just it. How it should be. In a prosecutor-detective team, right? I don't know about all that. Oh, Gumshoe must be feeling so jealous. Oh me, oh my. Oh my, oh my. Me, oh my. We are cheating on. We cheating on Gumshoe. Actually, to be fair, I'd rather hang out with Lang than Gumshoe any day. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see what that old man gets. See what if that old man gets what's coming to him. Oh, you're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you? Hey, Hey, you're the ones who were planning to use me to push all the guilt on this. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me. Agent Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. No. This is my intimidation stare. Is this not the face? Wait, hold on. Let me take my blankie off because that doesn't hold much. Is this not what you would consider intimidating? I'm intimidating you so hard right now. Oh, wait, no, I'll get the real face of intimidation out here. Oh wait, that's too close. Sorry. I'll show you the real face of intimidation, Ambassador Abala. You wait, you see. I am so intimidating. This is the true state of intimidation. I can do one better. You dare test us in this intimidation fear? I think not, Ambassador Abala. Okay, I'm done being intimidating. I want to go back to my blankie. Keep making my blankie bigger. Let's take the sunglasses off. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser. You really are the head of the smuggling ring. Then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity. Dignity. Is that nothing more than a fool's sincere display of strength? If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence. I'll tell you, I knew nothing, really. I didn't even know what the counterfeit plate was. I didn't even know that the counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
Objection!
You swapped the real statue that you vested your country's authorities to rule for a fake. That doesn't make any sense if you didn't know anything. It doesn't make sense. Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense? Gah! It's really got us. You turned the entire situation around against us. Proof that individual has been after and with this man as the ringleader. We can somehow find that proof now, and we can see to that this justice is finally served. There's nothing I can use to break this case wide open. The trump card in the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is an evidence in a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by a detective badge from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, a protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. Unless if it has the case at hand. Remember, we were only able to solve Rise from the Ashes because we used illegal evidence! Because we only didn't pull out until it related to the case. Needless to say, we found karmas are commanded to achieve nothing but victory, and by any means necessary. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do something outside the courts. That's what we sought at the time. I no longer follow the path of a man from karma, and I won't follow the path of the Yatsugatsu. This leaves me with what creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, I will soil my hands in legality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. What is the law and what is justice? And what path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? That choice. I have to use the trump card. If I follow my logic here, I can use the trump card. It may be illegal to use them. I have to use them. There's no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Abala, I wonder if you might recognize this. Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life. It's a directive call used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates. Oh, this is what it is. This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Manny Coachman. Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession? Don't worry about that part. Because it wasn't hand-delivered to me by a certain great sea, the Yatsugatsu. The Yatsugatsu gave that to you. Don't talk nonsense, and let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. But I am telling the truth! Technically. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions to the ring? have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given. What? This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG8 incident. KG8 incident. The card in the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate. Oh, very interesting. I must admit, I'm very curious. Very curious indeed of these case-setting pieces of evidence you presented. The prey of the Yatagazur has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man, who has had free reign for 10 long years, to simply walk away. Now it's time for me to bring fruition to the valiant spirit that was given to me. But what's this interesting thing that you wanted to show me? The trump card in the videotape. Two pieces of evidence. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate at hand. And this is where the real meaning of the kind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG8 murder incident. From this footage, we know that the card is a directive card from the smuggling. This section will prove
Take that!
As you can see, Mr. Crispin is holding a card in his right hand. I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design of it. But that card and the one you have, just because they look the same, doesn't mean that they are sure, doesn't it? But there is a very easy way for me to prove that they are in fact one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. The dark red lead. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The blonde belongs to the victim of the KG8 incident. With the blood of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that fact. If you have no objection, then I'd like for us to take a look at this next piece of evidence. This card that passed by in front of the victim's building is an official Canadian government card. What? Detective Gumshoe, if you could please match by the footage. The area of this footage shall link to. Yeah.
Take that!
This section will make it all clear to us. You must be very tired. You continue presenting element like this. I'm afraid your investigation may fall apart. Perhaps it's time for you to retire. Wait! Agent Lang, good job to you as well, although I don't think we'll ever be meeting again. What? Now then, please respect the request of an ambassador of the Kingdom of Aldas and vacate the premises. This is it. Thus the truth was lost for all eternity. Oh, I had to do it all again? Oh my gosh. They're seriously. They're seriously gonna make you do it all again. I can't forward through this stuff? Where would be like my start button? Oh, fuck. It. Is there a way I could just like... Oh. Okay. I'm gonna have to just look. Okay, so I found something at my... Found something within the emulator. No, that's not what I wanted. I was like about to say, did my computer just freeze? No, just... Sorry, I'm just... Okay. We're gonna save at sporadic points at this point. So I guess we're gonna have to...
Take that!
I don't know how to do it any faster. I'm sorry, chat. I will not. When we're in we're in the rebuttals mode, we will just go for the kill. it! Agent Link back! Ah! Sorry. Can I say this talking even sounds even better? No. Yeah, obviously it's Francesca. He couldn't, he couldn't let us in this shot. He's headed. Yep. I understand. Not easy holding down the power and having to click everything. I wish I could just automatically click things. I should have got an auto clicker. But I don't have one installed right now. My words are all you need. Like I said, an auto clicker would have been nice. So he just has to hold down the goddamn power button. The tap button. Something about a certain defense attorney. Wait, I forgot what I'm supposed to present here. Oh yes, your photo.
Take that!
Ah! Yes, this is what I need for Jessica's. And I need a double present. Wait.
Take that!
Nope. I'm quick. Going as fast as I can make my emulator make me. Okay. We have already done this. No! Oh, I got my own. But before we do that, we're going to put in music. Yep. Alright.
Hold it!
Press it again.
Hold it!
Ah! Wait, let's read this. I'd like to confirm with you one more time. There were 4 passion followers in the blue box, correct? Yes, I should have hardly think that I could have miscounted such eye-catching flowers. There must be a deeper meaning to this statement, and it appears that I must take gamble on this meeting for any to make any progress. There's only 2. Haha. Geek. But I'm getting this is called speedrunning Ace Attorney. Welcome to Nitro's welcome to Nitro's Ace Attorney speedrun. How do you even speedrun a visual novel? Obviously, the crossbow. I am suggesting. Ah! My fingers are hurting. This is good.
Hold it. Hold it.
Wait, what am I supposed to do again? No, same thing.
Hold it. Take that.
Can't drink water because I have to use both hands. Whoops. Ha.
I'll catch it.
Agent Lang, you know those are mistakes from the history. Protected the Hollow Rock death that tends to naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Like she says, oh! Right in the spare room.
Take that.
Two pulleys. Ow!
Take that.
Ah! Super fast, sweetest fool. And it was the hat that we Enough with this. Oh yeah, so the me oh my. Oh yes, me oh my. Gumshoe must be jealous. But anyways, I would want to investigate with anything like anyways.
Objection.
Edgeworth having an identity crisis again. Screw everything! I'm using the trump card! Oh, I wonder where this guy is. I've seen him before in my life. we're almost back to where we were.
Take that!
And then flip around. Okay, we're here. We are back to normal time.
Take that!
Shape the button's pocket and the directive cards. It tells us without a doubt that this person's card is in this card is Mr. Coachman. The license plate on the card was also captured by the computer team. With it, we found who was sitting in the car on the day 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on the day. Yeah. Well done. Well, you've done well, boy, to make it this far. However, you're about to claim that I was riding in that car at that time. That's going to be mighty difficult to prove. How so? The principality of Caphelia no longer exists. So naturally, all records from that time or period are also no longer exist. Yeah, and arrogant. Is he really means by he already erased all the traces of them? Are we finished here, boy? The only weapon I have left for me is this piece of footage. There must be something here that I need. That's when we've done this. What the? Ambassador Bala! Yes, what is it? You once had an army man in the You were once an army man in the service of Cophalia. And that was you who made the mission. Many missions that you participated in successes, correct? Why, I said backhanded praises, boys. Although, to be sure, the brilliant medal on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Cophalia. Now I'm the only one who owns this particular medal. In that case, the only one who could be sitting in this car is you. How did you figure that? By the medal captured here on this footage. It's clearly the same exact medal as the one on your chest. What? This is how it will be, but I won't back down. For this is the path that I have chosen. I have already used illegal evidence. I can't go back now. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. You move with your devotion to this case. Why is he taking such arrogant stances? It's almost like impossible, isn't it? For lots of you to come this far. Looks like I just might lose our little game this time. You might lose the game this time? You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador. Is that a fact? Very well. I have decided to confess and admit to my guilt. You're going to confess? I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result. What the? Regarding the Damascus killer, I admit it, of course. I did it out of self-defense. You're claiming it was just justified self-defense? Damascus too attacked me, and I felt that my life was in danger. If I haven't done what I did, I might have been the one you found instead of him. Ha 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 ha! What a pathetic performance. Ha 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 ha! I'm not giving you one. Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times. If you wish to claim that it was just justified self-defense, then we'll need some evidence. It's always with the evidence, isn't it? With you, isn't it? But if that's what you require, then I'll provide it. I'm no man. Sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should. But Master Masquerade didn't have a single weapon on his body. Hold on, it's nothing to get worked up over because I is the weapon. You hit it? I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even if it is self-defense. I couldn't let it become public, seeing how I am an ambassador. This is the weapon you seek, my special bonsai trimming shears. That's covered in blood. He was trembling quite badly during our struggle, but that's when he grabbed the shears that it was sitting on my office in his hat. And you see, it was an act of self-defense. Why were you struggling? Well, right, Mr. Edgeworth. Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth? Since he has both the wound and the weapon has caused it, it's enough to declare it so. No way! Which reminds me, I guess there's one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and contraband. Unfortunately, that's all of my secretary is doing. I had no knowledge of what was going on. Stop spewing nonsense. You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus with your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you. The murder of Domestic 2 was done in self-defense. In my trials, no man escapes his crimes alive. Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there's one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten. And what's that? Ah! Ah! Now, what is it you mean? Extraordinary. That's right. This emissary sits on what's effective. It's effectively an Albalian soil. We have no power. We can't hold this up in court because this isn't. So any trial that is held will be held in Alabama. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts. Agent Lang, what's Interpol's stance on this? Agents investigate. That's our job. The judgment of the people who have confessed to their crime, that's the court's job. Gah! I'm moving to Alabama. I'm studying Alabama laws now. And I have already confessed to all my crimes, Agent. Furthermore, by that very nature of my position, I have full mental rights. These rights are effective even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand in trial of one of your courts. That arrogance, your expression, that's nothing like a face of someone who is ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial systems eating right out of your hand. These crimes you all speak of so seriously of. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this emissary with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabama has numerous other emissaries in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is to change the backdrop of our little game. These two layers of protection that externally provides. This is why he's one of those who cannot be brought to court. And you see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers. There's nothing we can do. Well, we'll find out next time on Thursday. Yeah, we're saving. So fucking saving. I don't want to have to waste all that time. So thank you guys all for joining in tonight. For holy fuck, what's going on? So we'll continue it. We'll continue on with more investigations later. I think we'll give the raid to Scarlet. She's playing for something of details into a story page. And if you remember, me and the mods did that last week. So make sure to have fun with Scarlet. Make sure to... Oh, looks like they switched over to like Fortnite. But, regardless! We're still raiding Scarlet. So, I'll see you guys on Thursday, unless this cold of mine gets worse. So, bye.